Good evening. I'm Glenn Mills. Emily Flores on assignment tonight. Thanks so much for joining us. We do begin with breaking news. A member of Utah's congressional delegation announcing plans to push for an outright social media ban for children and some teenagers.
I mean, this thing is destructive for young women. I'm talking young teenagers and their emotional health, for their own sense of worth, their own sense of kind of where am I in the world. Everything that they look at is number one, artificial. It's not real. And everything they look at is designed to make them feel like you don't add up.
Representative Chris Stewart says his bill will ban kids and teenagers ages 15 years and younger from using social media, making it illegal for the platforms to allow them access. Stewart says this move comes as more of America's youth are diagnosed with anxiety and depression, even making plans to commit suicide with friends. He says research can now pinpoint when this mental health crisis for kids began.
And it was actually in 2012 when Facebook bought Instagram, and they started advertising and marketing to 9, 10, and 11, and 12-year-old girls, and then the same age group of young men, and brought them into social media.
For those who question having the government so involved in their kids' habits, Stewart argues the government already regulates kids with laws on drug use, alcohol, even pool safety measures. He says regulating social media is no different. It's meant to protect young people. Make sure to tune in to Inside Utah Politics for the full conversation with Representative Stewart and how the bill works. That's Sunday morning at 8. The family of a man shot and killed by police providing new information tonight on the series of events that led up to his death. Willie Salazar's loved ones speaking out now that the investigation into officers' use of force is closed. Salt Lake County finding the actions justified. ABC4's Cade Garner speaking to the family tonight. He's live with more on what they're saying. Cade.
Glenn, Willie Salazar's sisters tell me they continue to be devastated by the death of their brother and say they still have a ton of questions surrounding his case. This is the tense body camera footage from June 2021.
And I think everyone out there needs to really look at this. I know they brought up, oh, Willie has a criminal history. That shouldn't matter.
According to the Salt Lake County District Attorney, this all started when a woman called 911.
And said her son, later identified as Willie Salazar, was trying to kill her.
My mom is devastated. She never wants to call the cops again. She asked them to defuse the situation and not, she didn't ask for her son to be murdered.
Salazar's sisters are now speaking out after the district attorney's office found the shooting to be justified. According to the district attorney's office, when officers arrived on scene,
Mr. Salazar fired one round,
hitting an officer who returned fire during 2 different instances, killing Salazar.
His gun was subsequently located about 14 to 15 away from where his body ultimately came to rest.
Wouldn't we all agree? How did Willie fly 15 feet and then somehow the gun hopped out of his hands and flew another 14? I mean, that don't make sense.
According to the DA's report, officers fired a total of 9 shots. The family questions why they fired so many times, as well as what happened next.
With them handcuffing him, you could tell it was aggressively handcuffing because he had marks on his hand. The way it was like his hands were restrained behind his body, like none of it didn't seem right.
The district attorney says some of the investigation was complicated, but the officers were legally justified. Now, the sisters tell me that they are working to get more information surrounding the investigation into their brother's death. Reporting live from the ABC4 News Utah Northern Course. I am so sorry. I'm reporting live from the ABC4 Northern Utah Bureau. I'm Cade Garner.
Thank you, Cade. Now to an update out of southern Utah. More details on child abuse allegations against the man who police say murdered his family. A statement from Enoch City saying the Division of Child and Family Services took on that investigation 2 years ago. That's when Michael Hate's eldest daughter reported ongoing abuse. Now, trained officials interviewed Hate's wife, Tasha, to determine whether the relationship could be deadly. Officials finding her answers did not indicate Hate would kill her. She decided not to file charges along with local police and prosecutors. The city did not release any new details on the ongoing investigation into the murder-suicide of the Hate family. Today, school In southern Utah, parts of it delayed or even closed completely after the latest round of snow. San Juan schools telling parents in LaSalle, Monticello, and Blanding area schools to just keep their kids at home for the day. Just a bit north, the Grand County School District pushing back school 2 hours to allow more time for the plows to clear the roads. The latest totals down south, possibly a little stressful for parents today, but it's good news for kids looking to play in and around the stunning landscape of our parks. This look at Bryce Canyon National Park showing the amphitheater sporting nearly 30 inches of snow. Time now for a first look at the weather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Lana Brophy. Just beautiful sights throughout the state of Lana.
Definitely, and that exiting storm system really putting down the hammer when it comes to snow in the southeastern corner of the state. And we have a beautiful live view from Bryce Canyon Country. Isn't that so pretty? Really, really nice. And it's not a surprise that school was delayed. This live view from Blanding shows fresh snow on the ground, and they had to maneuver it this morning. We picked up 6 inches in 24 hours, and the 24 before that, another 6. So a foot of snow in southeastern Utah, which we don't typically see, but the LaSalle's and Abajo Mountains also doing really well. We've got high pressure that have quieted things down for today, but it doesn't last. Our next storm system, you can see it there, our moisture source as you look towards the west, coming our way. It's already prompting a new winter weather advisory. This system looks to target the southern half of the state, and yes, our central and southern mountains under this winter weather advisory starting at 11 a.m. tomorrow. More accumulating snow for the high country, and because of our colder air, we could see accumulations in the valley as well. Taking a look at those numbers along the Wasatch Front, we're freezing in Logan, Ogden, 36 in Salt Lake, Provo, just above freezing, only the upper 40s in St. George. With this cold air in place, any precipitation that would fall would be snow. Is there a chance for the north, and how much we should expect for areas underneath that advisory? Coming up in my full forecast. Glenn, over to you.
All right, thanks so much, Lana. Appreciate that. Finally, a win for the Great Salt Lake this afternoon. The Utah Division of Water Resources sharing some good news about the impacts the rain is having on the historically low lake. Meteorologist Nate Larson is out at the lake to tell us how much it's changing. Nate.
Yeah, Glenn, they say, the Utah Division of Water Resources, the lake has risen exactly 12 inches since the historic low mark in early November of last year. Now, we're here at the Great Salt Lake State Park, right at the marina, and if we're going to pan over and show you, yeah, the marina still looks pretty dismal with these water levels that we're seeing, but hey, a foot of new water in the lake this early in the season is a definite win, especially where the last 2 seasons we only saw a foot of rise in the overall lake levels those previous 2 years. Now, the Great Salt Lake water level will typically rise and fall by roughly 2 feet each year, so already halfway there, with spring runoff and inflow replacing what evaporates in the summer. And with historic record low water levels last fall, many of you recall the W.E. Marsh boat wreckage became visible for the first time since it disappeared in 1950.
The water line was about to where the W.E. Marsh starboard side of the boat was sticking up. In fact, I don't know if it's easy to see with the camera or not. It's like, but we've got a picture here, and then just on this back side, you can see that's the sand, and then it is basically the water line.
Yeah, so from what you saw there, now that the water levels have gone back up, the wreckage is once again underwater. Angelique says they still highlight that, of course, as part of the tour that they do here at the state park. Now, more good news. The Division of Water Resources also says that in a good water year, like we're seeing this year, the good snowpack year, lake levels can rise by as much as 3 or even 4 feet. Live at the Great Salt Lake, Nate Larson, ABC4 News.
We would love to see that. Thanks so much, Nate. Appreciate it. Efforts to save the Great Salt Lake, just one of the big issues on Capitol Hill this legislative session. Today, 3 different bills dealing with Utah's transgender youth up in a Senate committee. SB 16, a bill that bans gender-affirming surgeries and puberty blockers in children, passing today. Ahead of the vote, community members in support of and against gender-affirming care speaking to lawmakers on the committee, including a doctor and the father of a transgender girl.
There is no good evidence for the superiority of hormones and surgeries over psychotherapy in treating minors with gender dysphoria.
This is just some of the things that parents of transgender children live with on a daily basis. What I have been blessed to see with this daughter is my daughter thrive and blossom as she received proper counseling, hormones, medical procedures, not conversion therapy.
SB 16 will now go to the full Senate. Other bills the state is considering would stop children from amending birth certificates and require schools to tell parents if their child is using another name or pronoun in class. Another bill heading into the session would amend restrictions put in place after conversion therapy was banned here in the state. While House Bill 228 codifies the 2020 ban, the bill's sponsor says it gives mental health professionals more free range in how they counsel minors about issues related to their sexual orientation and gender identity. Representative Michael Peterson saying this: "I've spoken with former colleagues who have stopped treating minors because of ambiguity in the rule. I've also spoken with members of the LGBTQ community who are grateful for the upcoming change." Now, in the meantime, Quality Utah staunchly against the bill, saying this bill will harm LGBTQ children. So-called conversion talk therapy gives clients the false hope that they can reverse their sexual orientation. It also proves extremely harmful to clients with gender dysphoria. Still ahead, the United States set to hit the debt limit later this week. What lawmakers are doing to prevent a crisis.
And you don't always get to see snow on the Red Rock near the Colorado River. Gorgeous shot from the Red Cliffs Lodge. Temperatures in the upper 20s in Moab. We've got another storm system targeting a portion of the state Thursday into Friday. What you need to know in Utah's most accurate forecast.